Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa is one of the most famous paintings in the world. But what makes this artwork so unique? Is it the fine realism, her smile, or all the controversies behind it? Let's start with the basics first. Mona Lisa was painted by one of the most famous Italian Renaissance masters, Leonardo da Vinci. He probably started it in 1503, worked on it for some time, and then left it unfinished. 13 years later, da Vinci went to France and took an unfinished painting with him. He continued working on it there until in 1518, King François I bought the painting from da Vinci. First on display in castles in France, it found its permanent home at the Louvre Museum in 1797. Mona Lisa is most probably Lisa del Giocondo, wife of the wealthy Florentine merchant who ordered her portrait, which was obviously never delivered. The painting became famous among other Italian Renaissance artists even before it was finished. With it, da Vinci created a standard for Renaissance portraits. Of course, those female portraits models were images of the Virgin Mary, who was considered an ideal woman. Like her, Mona Lisa sits upright, looking straight at the observer. The divine female model is also the origin of her smile, which was quite common in paintings in the late 15th and early 16th centuries. The modest smile was an ideal of female beauty and virtue. This was also one of the first portraits with an imaginary landscape in the background, giving it a mysterious touch. Da Vinci was a master of the painting technique called sfumato. It's a way of not drawing the outlines and softening the transition between the colors. Sfumato makes Mona Lisa look more realistic and even more alive. There have been many controversies around the painting over the years. Some say it's a self-portrait of Da Vinci, or that the person on a picture has syphilis or half of her face paralyzed. Well, none of them is true. The painting is undoubtedly one of the finest art masterpieces, and it has been well known since Leonardo started working on it. But the thing that could add to its popularity was the 1911 Art Heist, in which the famous painting was stolen. When it was brought back to the Louvre Museum 2 years later, it was so famous that millions of people from all over the world started traveling to Paris to see it. Mona Lisa is one of the finest portraits of all time that set the standard for all that came after. It deserves the fame it has by every right.